Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. We live in a world obsessed with speed, right? We want instant downloads, instant food, and instant success. We're constantly told to hurry up, to get ahead, to not waste a single second. But what if I told you that one of the most powerful things you can do in your spiritual life is something that feels like the exact opposite of rushing? What if it's waiting? In the book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 31, there's this incredible promise. It says, "But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." This isn't about wasted time. It's about a powerful exchange. It's in the moments of waiting that God steps in to give us strength we could never find on our own. So, what does it actually mean to wait for the Lord? It's easy to think waiting just means sitting around, doing nothing. But in the Bible, waiting is an active, powerful posture of faith. It's about intentionally shifting our trust from our own plans and our own timing to God's. It's that moment when you throw your hands up and say, "God, I don't see the path forward. I don't know how this is going to work out, but I'm not going to rush ahead. I'm going to lean on you. I trust you." It's a conscious decision to depend on His wisdom instead of our own impatience. And look at the promise that follows. They shall renew their strength. The verse doesn't promise that we'll never get tired. That's not realistic. Life is hard. We get worn out spiritually, emotionally, and physically. But the promise is for renewal. It's like your spiritual battery is at 1%, and just when you think you're done, God plugs you into His power source and recharges you completely. He gives you fresh strength, not just to survive, but to keep going with renewed purpose. Then, the imagery gets even more beautiful. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. Have you ever seen an eagle in a storm? They don't panic and flap frantically in the wind and the rain. They use the winds of the storm to lift them higher, to soar above the chaos. That is exactly what God does for us when we wait on Him. He doesn't always remove the storm, but He lifts us up so we can see it from His perspective. He helps us rise above the turmoil and the anxiety that's swirling down below. Instead of being tossed around by our problems, we gain a divine viewpoint. The verse goes on, "They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." This covers every pace of life. Sometimes, life feels like a frantic sprint. You're juggling work, family, finances, and 1,000 other challenges all at once. God says, "I'll give you the supernatural energy to run that race without collapsing." Other times, life is a long, slow, monotonous walk. It's a season of just putting one foot in front of the other, feeling like you're not making any progress. In those seasons, God promises, "I'll give you the endurance so you don't faint." He meets us with exactly the kind of strength we need for the season we're in. So, how do we practically apply this? How do we actually wait on the Lord in our day-to-day lives? First, it starts with prayer. Before you rush into a big decision or react out of anxiety, pause. Talk to God. Invite Him into the situation and listen for His guidance. Second, immerse yourself in Scripture. Waiting is so much easier when you're filling your mind with God's promises. Reminding yourself of His faithfulness in the past builds your trust for the future. And finally, it takes patience. We have to learn to trust His timing, even when it feels painfully slow. Remember, God's delay is never His denial. He might be preparing you, preparing the circumstances, or teaching you something you can only learn in the waiting room of life. The undeniable truth is that your own strength has a limit. You will burn out if you are always relying on yourself. But the amazing promise of Isaiah 42:31 is that God's strength is limitless, and He freely offers it to those who will stop, be still, and wait on Him. So, I want to leave you with this question today. Are you running on your own steam, feeling exhausted and overwhelmed? Or are you actively waiting on the Lord? Because if you choose to wait on Him, He promises you won't just get by. You won't just survive, you will soar. Thanks so much for watching. If this message encouraged you, please give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this. We'll see you in the next video.